Hi, I'm Gilbert Thurston, lead pastor at ExponentialChurch.tv. Thank you for joining us for this video. You know, it was at the very first Christmas that Jesus, the Son of God, was first introduced into the world. As you read throughout Scripture, different people had different reactions the very first time that they encountered him. So join us over the next 12 days from December 24th through January the 4th as we explore 12 different people's stories and how they responded when they first met him. And our prayer is that as you encounter him throughout this holiday season, and as you think about what your new year is going to look like, that you'll respond in similar ways to the people that you're about to hear about. We hope you enjoyed today's encounter.
You know, for children, Christmas is certainly the most exciting time of year. They long for Santa to arrive with all the Christmas morning gifts, and they have all the fun unwrapping the gifts. And I think the adults have just as much surprise and joy as the kids do. And for others, though, Christmas may come with a lot of dread. You know, some of you this year have dreaded dealing with all the shopping, or maybe you've had to cut back on your budget, so you haven't had to have the Christmas you really wanted. Or maybe a loved one hasn't been able to join your festivities this year because they passed, or were sick, or out of town. Christmas for you, if you're one of those people, is something to be feared or avoided. When we think about the coming of Jesus, his birth 2,000 years ago, there were those who waited with excitement for God's salvation, and those who had dread about the matter. Herod lived in dread, for example. But there is one obscure Christmas character, rarely mentioned, that is a prime example of the building excitement and joy that we should have about Jesus. It's 8 days after Jesus is born, and by Jewish ritual, he must be circumcised. So his parents take him to the temple, as they're supposed to do, and encounter Simeon. And Simeon has been waiting for this moment a long time. Simeon has his heart tuned into God. Luke tells us the Spirit of God was upon him. And so in obedience to the Spirit of God, Simeon goes to the temple on that day and finds exactly who he had been waiting for. Simeon encounters Jesus with pure joy, and his response is full-out worship. Simeon himself is so amazed and so fulfilled by meeting this baby that he actually wants God to dismiss him from this life. He's accomplished everything that he had dreamed of. Do you look forward to meeting Jesus? And I'm not talking about the end of your days. I'm talking about your day-to-day walk with Jesus. Do you get excited and full of joy, like Christmas morning joy? Or do you dread it because maybe you have to face some realities about your life? Today, I want to encourage you to spend some time with Jesus. That is excited time full of worship and praise. Change your response to your spiritual life. Think of each time of prayer and worship as another Christmas morning where you can receive God's great gifts. Now, just to remind you that this Sunday, we're not going to be having an experience, but come back and join us the following week, the first Sunday of January, for our normal worship experiences. Now, check out this commercial.